Think about a 60-second morning habit, like taking a few deep breaths before you check your phone. Over time, that tiny moment can shift your entire baseline mood. This happens because small actions trigger a release of dopamine. That tiny bit of progress makes the next step feel easier. You aren't forcing a massive life change. You're just stacking small wins until they change how you feel every day. Now, what happens if you take that same logic and apply it to $10 a day? You start a process called compound interest. In the same way a healthy habit makes it easier to stay healthy, this makes it easier for your money to grow. This diagram shows how it works. The first block is the money you saved. It earns a smaller block of interest. In the next cycle, the interest and original savings merge together. Now they work as a team to earn an even bigger block. Building wealth works just like building a habit. It isn't about one huge paycheck. It's about small, consistent inputs that get multiplied by time. Consider two people, person A and person B. They both have the same goal, but they choose different times to start. Person A starts at age 25. They set aside a consistent amount of money every month. Person B waits until they are 35. They figure they can catch up later by putting in the exact same monthly amount. By the time person B finally starts, they've missed 10 years. But they assume that since they are using the same monthly budget as person A, the delay won't really change the final result. But look at what happens 10 years later. On the left, person A's growth is curving upward. On the right, person B's line is still in a slow, flat climb. The reason for this gap is that person A had a 10-year head start. That early growth has been acting like an independent worker, creating more growth around the clock. Notice the distance between the money they actually deposited and their total balance. When we zoom out to age 65, the difference is massive. Even though they both put in the same amount of effort every month, person A ends up with a total that is far beyond person B's reach. In this equation, time is doing the heavy lifting. A 10-year head start is something you simply can't replace with extra cash. Our brains are wired for linear progress. We expect that if we do 1 unit of work, we get 1 unit of reward. That makes it hard to picture how growth can suddenly accelerate. Imagine your first investment is a single seed planted in fertile soil. You water it, and it sprouts into a small tree. Once that tree matures, it drops its own seeds. Those seeds take root in the soil nearby, growing into new trees without you having to lift a finger. Then those new trees drop their seeds. The growth spreads. One tree becomes a grove, and that grove eventually becomes a forest. Most of the growth happens in those later stages. For a long time, it looks like nothing is happening while the roots are spreading, but then the forest appears to expand all at once. The most common mistake is stopping too soon. If you clear the land before the first few trees have dropped their seeds, the forest never has a chance to grow. The biggest hurdle to building wealth isn't how much you earn, it's how much time you give your money to grow. Just like building a morning habit, this requires a change in how you see yourself. You have to become the kind of person who values consistent progress over finding a perfect moment. The best time to plant a seed was years ago. The next best time is right now. You can start your own growth cycle today. It only takes one small action to protect your future. Start today.